This will be our last series before the semis. And here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Amphion, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Gen G Esports. It is Trap. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the other South Korean Protoss, the red Protoss, representing Twisted Minds. It is Classic. The Duckling is excited. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So we are going to be settling in. And because we're loading into Amphion, gate expands. Okay, we have gate expands set up. If I recall correctly here, we saw a similar setup last night on Site Delta, where we had Phoenix Wars and Trap was able to win the Phoenix War against Classic. We could see another Phoenix War again here. Now, quickly going over the features of this map and the opener that's taking place, we should be seeing gate expands. Okay. Double gas here by Trap. This does lead into a faster Stargate before Nexus. Classic is staying on one gas. He has pulled out, so Classic looks to go for a faster expansion instead. So a faster Nexus here out of Classic, but is now taking a second gas, as we do have our probes blocking the expansions. Now, the reason why both players are going for gate expand setups, or gate cyber into tech into expansion, is because of the ramp. It is the law, it is the rule here in PvP. If you load into a map like Amphion, Site Delta, and Post Youth, all those maps have something in common. That is a ramp leading into the natural. Because of this ramp, it does give you the defender's advantage. It does allow you to go for a greedier build. It means that 2 gate openers are very rare on these maps. And because of that, we should be seeing Stargates from both players, and because of that, we should be seeing Phoenixes from both players. And this is how Phoenix Wars begin. It's all your fault, Amphion. Ramp, it's all your fault, Pappy. But there it is. There's a Stargate from Classic. There is a Stargate from Trap. Because both players see each other's Stargates, neither one should be going for the Oracle. Both should be going for Phoenixes, because if you go for the Oracle and your opponent is aware and goes for a Phoenix, then you're just behind. So this is how Phoenix Wars are born. This is how Phoenix Wars are made. And we should be headed in that direction. Again, we saw this last night between these two players on Site Delta, where Classic did overextend and bleed out a lot of units early on. We'll see if we can take a little bit more care of our Phoenixes here. Assuming it's Phoenixes, I mean, it's possible we could take a risk. We could try to go Oracle first, but it is so risky going for the Oracle. It's quite a move to go for. There's a Phoenix from Trap. We're going for it. Oracle for Classic. Okay, bold move. Now, because we are going for the Oracle, that means we will not have Phoenix Wars. Like, Classic, he says no. There are no to Phoenix Wars. That is not going to happen. But it's so difficult to actually make this work to get damage done with the Oracle. Adept does shade into the main. Adept, it barely does slip in. Phoenix is revealed. Phoenix is busy here in the main base. Twilight Council followed. This should be for Blink Stalkers. Ooh, as we get a second probe kill, and we get a third as well. 3 probes already. Very nice damage here by Classic, and we're not done. The Oracle's going in. The Phoenix will move out, and we are going to miss the Oracle. Oh. Yeah, the Oracle is barely missed, and we're getting more damage done. Nothing in the main base. Probes are falling left and right. Trap out of position. Now the Phoenix has come in, but the damage was done. We get 8 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. 9 in total. And with that, the Oracle has paid for itself. At this point, the Oracle could have died, and it's still worth it for Classic. And now we're working towards Blink Stalkers. Ooh, Trap going for a second Stargate, misreading the situation. The second Stargate from Mass Phoenix against Blink Stalkers. It can work. It's, we'll see. We'll see, as we're just in a really awkward position. Adept gets shut down. Zealot slipping into the main. Zealot does confirm as well. The Twilight Council blink. I mean, a really interesting scout. As the Zealot confirms everything. The Zealot of all things. And back at home, Trap has to make a choice. You can see that Trap, he's not making any Phoenixes, and I don't blame him. He's in a rough position here because, I mean, again, Mass Phoenix can struggle against early game Blink Stalkers like this. Third base is on the way. Yeah, we're going for the Rover. We're going for a Rover. We're going for Immortals instead. Just a really awkward setup for Trap. He was prepared for Phoenix Wars. Alas, that's not coming. It's not happening. Phoenixes do get into the main. Probes are going down, and we recall the hell out of here. We recall back home. 4 probe kills. Meanwhile, the Stalkers are moving out. Thankfully, Trap is back at home to defend. Defending out his Phoenixes. But we lack a ground army. This is the ground army. One sentry. That's all we have. We have the 1 sentry. Shield battery is halfway done. And do we push in? Go for the revelation. We have eyes on the setup. Going for the shield battery. Shield battery goes down, but the Phoenixes have arrived. And they do make it back home, thankfully. Yeah, a bit of missed target firing there at a classic. But more Stalkers have arrived. Oh, and we're in trouble. Trappy's in a lot of trouble. Warp Gate just finished up. We depower everything here at the Natural. And we can just blink over the wall. We can and we do. Boys are being pulled. Phoenixes, they try to engage. And they do focus down one of the Stalkers. Immortal did arrive just barely in time. Second Stalker goes down. But Classic, he knows how much momentum he has. Takes down a gateway. Reinforcements have made it. Now the shield batteries are repowered. Do you have the shield batteries? Likewise, Oracle across the map, getting 5 probe kills. Not a bad trade here, getting 5 workers. Classic still has the lead. Oh my god, he just goes for the Immortal. Goes for a dive, he gets punished for the dive. Oh, that was not the play here for Classic. The Immortal barely holds on. Have additional Immortals on the way. Now additional Phoenixes. I mean, again, we need an army. That's the reality here. We just need whatever we can make. We're going Phoenix Immortal. Let's go. Against Blink Stalkers. Now, in a head-to-head fight, I think I want to favor Trap, especially if we have shield batteries, but if we can avoid them. If we can avoid the shield batteries, then Classic does have the advantage. And more reinforcements on the way. Third base up and running. Getting fully operational. We have 3 gates behind this. And we go for the Immortals. Once again, they're out of range of the shield batteries. One Immortal goes down. We're going for the 3rd. GG gets called. It's just too much to handle at this point. And Classic takes game number 1. GG. A solid game there for Classic, and just a really rough situation for Trap. Is he was getting ready for Phoenix Wars, which is why he threw down the 2nd Stargate very early on, to be fair, a little bit too early, before really confirming what was going on. And we had Classic instead deviating away, going for Blink Stalkers, and Trap was just in a really awkward position, stuck with production he didn't want, stuck without tech that he needed, and yeah, tried to scramble for a defense, getting into Immortals. Alas, Classic did take advantage of him early on. Made sure he was able to punish Trap. And with that, we're getting into game 2. We're getting into that 2nd game. Let's go. Gen.G now also with an SE2 team. I believe Trap is their only player. I could be mistaken, but I believe Trap is their only player on Gen.G. But yeah, has been on the team for a couple of months, right? Like, I think basically almost as soon as Trap came back, I think like a week or 2 later, he got picked up. So it's been a while, but it's really cool to see. Really appreciate the support that he is getting. And here we go. We're getting into game 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ghost River. We have our South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing Gen.G Esports. It is Trap. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Twisted Minds. It is Classic. Here we go. That's a wave them after Vitality and Cloud9. I mean, we've had a lot. We've had a Virtus Pro, like Virtus Pro picked up Estrella. We had a Team Falcons pick up Rogue. We had a Gaimin Gladiators pick up Shin. There's This is like the 3rd wave. This is like the Gen.G is like the 3rd, maybe the 4th wave of big esports teams. Like 3rd or 4th. Oh, of course, Blacklist International is another one. True, picked up Creator. That was in the most recent wave. Tis true. Yeah, because of EWC. Yeah. For those who don't know, a lot of these bigger esports teams are picking up individual players. It's a good and a bad thing. I mean, at least teams are partnering. Like, teams are partnering up. And all right, Weibo Gaming, of course. We almost forgot. Weibo Gaming is another big one. They acquired Dragon KZ Gaming. But for those that are unaware, EWC is the Esports World Cup, and basically they have a clause. They have a way to support other esports. Basically, if you're an esports team and if you're competing in like Dota, for example, in Dota 2 in the Esports World Cup, and if you happen to be in multiple esports, so if you happen to be in, I don't know, like Rocket League or whatever other esports they have there, StarCraft 2, of course, is another big one. That is going to be at EWC. If you are competing in multiple esports, you get a bonus. You do get a bonus. It's like $500,000 or something. It's like it's a pretty big bonus. So basically, esports teams, they do benefit for having for competing in multiple esports in the event, which is why a lot of StarCraft 2 players are getting picked up. So really cool to see that there is support for them. Meanwhile, we're opening up 2-gate. 2-gate opener here at a Trap. 2-gate opener at a Classic. Trap, ooh, does take down the initial Stalker. Very nice control. Does take down the initial Stalker. The other going to get picked off as well as we have the high ground. Oh my, Trap, calm down. Trading 2 for 0 here. Very nicely done. As Classic did overextend, took an initially rough fight, and does bleed out 2 Stalkers. Happy. Okay, we're cooking. Behind this is going to be a Twilight Council opener. Of course, we're expanding, taking our natural bases, and working towards Blink. Going to be Blink here from Trap. Meanwhile, Classic opening up with the Stargate. Oracle's moving out. Oracle is moving out across the map. Likewise, a Trap setting up back at home. We have our initial shield battery at the natural, shield battery in the main. We are ready for the Oracle aggression, but are we ready for the second Oracle? So the first Oracle can do a lot of damage, but for those that are curious, a shield battery does out-heal the DPS of an Oracle for the most part. So a shield battery can keep you covered and allow you to warp in defensively, but with a second Oracle, we can one-shot probes. Hallucination does confirm. Trap is pushing in. Trap, he does commit, but pushing into a shield battery into an overcharge. Oh, I'm not sure if we can really break this. Yeah, the shield battery is done in time. Here come the force fields. Oh, we catch an Adept. Not quite. Yeah, the Adept does slip away. Meanwhile, across the map, Oracles, they make their way into the main. And again, they can one-shot probes. And they are going to be going ham, forcing the recall. It's going to be 4, 5, almost 6 probes. 6 probes in total. And the Oracles do get away. So very nice damage here at a Classic. Makes up for his otherwise lost Stalkers. He does defend. And he attacks. Classic does catch up on that probe count. Working towards his own Blink. Now, there is going to be a window. There's going to be a window where Trap has Blink and Classic does not. It is going to be that window. As we try to keep up with the Adepts, we do shade across the map. We shade into the mineral line. Probes once again under fire. We get 2 more probes. Oracles, they dive into the main. This time overextending for a moment here. And Stalkers were in position. This time Trap much better prepared. From here we expand, take a 3rd base. Building up. Likewise, Classic still on his own 2-base setup. And we should soon be seeing a 3rd. See if Classic does commit. But now we're still in 3 bases. Sorry, 3 gateways, what I meant to say. We're still in 3 gates, and it looks like we will soon take a 3rd. But Trap is in position. He's here. He does spot the probe. Oh! Probe goes down. We delay the expansion. Trap soon to be on 3-base saturation. We're building up. And the Classic has to make a tough decision soon. He's going to have to either double down and commit, or Yeah, just reestablish and take a later third. And he will expand. We'll throw it at the Nexus. At least economically, Classic has been doing a lot of damage. Looking at Unit's loss tab, it's been 9 probe kills so far. And we still have both Oracles alive behind the main base. We can still get more damage done. Meanwhile, we do see Trap getting into his own third gateway, now building up Immortal production. Immortals are amassing. Classic does move out. Classic does have a comparable army here with Trap. With the help of the shield battery, we should be able to hold on. Sniping one Stalker. Oh! Actually, Classic taking a bit of a better trade here. Force fields are thrown down, and with the help of these force fields, we do force back the army. Trap in a bit of trouble. At the same time, Oracles, they hit the natural once again. Finally, an Oracle goes down. We get 3 more probes. Trap still trying to recover. Still rebuilding those workers. Classic building up more Stalkers. Classic going for a very gateway-heavy composition with Blink Stalkers and Chargelots. Trap incorporating Immortals instead. Skipping out on charge for the time being. And it looks like we're even able to catch out an Immortal. We catch the reinforcements. Immortal goes down. We go for the dive. We're going straight for the main. We depower the Robo. Slipping into the main base, getting more probe kills. And from here, we can always just recall. We can and we will. It's going to cost us a couple of Stalkers. Yeah, 3 Stalkers going down. But it's going to be worth it. At the same time, Oracle hits the third. We got 5 probe kills. We deny mining time. And Classic making use of his greater Stalker army. Able to just outposition Trap. Again, it's one of those things that even though Trap had a faster third, because he had so many probes, he's still playing catch-up in a sense. Working towards our upgrades, taking up in similar fashions. Charge. Into Archon production. Temple Archives on the way. Taking out 4th bases. The game's still looking quite close. Or again, that's the kind of the give and take here. Trap, sure, he had the faster expansions. Classic has been killing more workers. Again, there's very little room for error here on Ghost River. Because of the size of the map, doesn't take long at all to counterattack, to push in, to dive into the main like we just saw. Doesn't take long at all. Do settle in. Oracle's still alive with 9 kills. Base getting up and running. And for now, we're just chilling. We're just calming things down. I believe we should be waiting for our initial Archons. Never mind. Temple Archives are done. And there we go. High Templar being morphed in. Here come those Archons. It will help quite a bit when it comes to dealing with the Chargelet composition. Oracle hits the 4th. 3 probe kills. That's a lot of Zealots here for Classic. It's going to be 19 Zealots for the Red Protoss. Classic now getting into his own Archons. First one is morphing in. Again, the way this works is Chargelets are ideal against Stalkers and Immortals. Which is why both players do have to take in towards Archon production as well. To help deal with those Zealots, to buffer for the rest of the army. And Trap setting up a split push. Have a drop towards the north. Main army towards the center. So just posturing. Looks like both players will max out. Aggression has subsided, or harassment has subsided. And Trap actually only made the singular Immortal. I mean, his Robo was depowered earlier. The second Immortal quite delayed. Classic does have an Immortal lead. Prism across the map is spotted. Classic is moving out. Is attempting to get up the ramp. Has to back off. Again, that ramp is so narrow, you don't want to be caught on it. Rotating around. A lot of this will come down to the angle of attack and the positioning of the Archons, the positioning of the Zealots. The way this works is you want to pull back the Zealots, you don't want them to run into the Archons, otherwise they will just melt. Likewise, Immortals and Stalkers want to focus them down. The Archons, I mean. So far, good positioning here by Trap. Classic doesn't quite commit. We tease it, Pap. We do tease it. We don't quite commit, pulling back. +3 is on the way for both players. And Classic, he backs off. He throws down a second Robo and a Bay. We're getting ready for Disruptors. And that's kind of almost the final form of PvP. The final form would be Sky Toss, but now Disruptors are ideal here in the mid game. Likewise, second Robo and the Bay for Trap as well. Both players working towards Disruptors. Dark Shrine here for Classic. Do love to see it. Zealots dropping into the mineral line. At the same time, Immortal's getting caught out. And Trap having a better engagement here, but he will lose the base. Nexus does fall. Trap pushing forward. A lot of his supply not able to engage though. Does blink forward, does focus out another Immortal. Yeah, but Trap does have to pull back. And the Immortals, they do so much in the back line, and the Zealots across the map, they're getting out of hand. They're getting out of control. Probes are going down. Trap does win out in the main fight, but that's going to be 20 worker kills. Oh my god. 25. 25 probes go down. We're still not done. We depower the gateways. We deny +3. We don't quite get on top of the Robo. Again, just a really awkward engage here from a Trap. Leading out Stalkers and Prism coming back in. Threatening a dive. Is going to be forced back, and as the dust does settle, I do favor Trap's army here. Looking at the army sizes, we have 3 Immortals, but now we have Disruptors. The Disruptors, Pappy. Classic making 2 at a time, and Trap has not begun Disruptor production. Uh-oh. Never's going off. Never goes off. The Immortals does connect. Good connection here with the Immortals. Second never goes off. Catches the Stalkers. DT's in the mix as well. Where is the detection? There is none. And Classic, he collapses on the Immortals, collapses on the main army. The Prism goes down. The Immortals are trapped. And we're cleaning everything up. GG gets called. The economy in shambles, and Classic will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. It was an interesting PvP here where both players were kind of like settling into a 4-base or 5-base setup. Both players were maxing out. Both players were teching in the same way. But we saw that one player embraced that tech, the other not so much. As Classic was able to get into his Disruptors, but even before that, the split push from Classic did so well for him. He killed 25 probes in the natural base, and then some. Remember, he delayed and he denied +3. He was able to deny some of the production and able to, yeah, just get into a better position from that moment onwards. If you remember, the main fight did go in favor of Trap. Trap did win out in the main fight, but did get outscaled there by Classic in the end. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to Classic. My condolences to Trap, but again, Trap did get his revenge in ESL Open Cup Asia, so we do see both Trap and Classic having a back and forth. Classic winning in KSL, Trap winning in ESL Asia, and with that, Classic advances on to the semifinals. Does advance on to the semis, and we will be getting our semifinals ready. Okay, we're going to be going on a short break. We are halfway through the broadcast. We're going to be going on a short break. When we return, we will have both semifinals and then the grand finals thereafter. Up next on the channel is going to be a PvT between Classic and Bjorn, as Classic advances on to face off against Bjorn in those semifinals. And likewise, we also have Dark versus Nightmare. Oh boy. Dark versus Nightmare is going to be our next, or the semifinals thereafter. Again, we saw Nightmare earlier take down Mio Micah. Saw him take down Mio. And we'll see how he compares to Dark. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. Going to be going on that short break. Take this moment to hydrate your hydras, stretch your roaches, massage your marines, and cuddle your carriers. When we return, when we come back, we will have the remainder of the broadcast. See you soon. See you soon.